When the pandemic took over, it seems people would stop buying real estate, and the previous forecast of increase was seen only at 7% onwards. However, as the lockdowns eased, people with enough cash, like middle and upper middle income families, started to acquire homes, and the previous 7% onwards forecast of property appreciation jumped to 21%. The Federal Reserve became willing to lend at 0%, and hedge funds, banks, and investors who see the opportunity of this, while mortgage interest is low increase. An example is Zillow acquiring about 7,000 homes. Millionaire investors, millennials or not, saw the benefits of low mortgage and high demand, a way to gain money from the double-digit appreciation. For the average person, it became harder to obtain a mortgage because of the high competition, and those with high credit scores and income to back their purchase got the properties beforehand. Many reports say that 43% of the buyers are millennials, but the truth is that these are couples or friends teaming up. 38% of the new homeowners were previous renters, and though there's a low mortgage rate, prices became higher and higher. So what's next now? Will this trend continue? Number 1. Yes, the prices will still continue to rise, but unlike 2020 and 2021, more than 45 million millennials at 26 to 35 years old in 2022 are getting ready to buy homes as they secure better jobs or higher incomes. 2022 is expected to receive the second highest sales for the previous 15 years, but unlike 2021. Also, those who bought homes during the time of being able to work remotely are getting ready to sell. This is because some of the buyers at about 40% onwards said that they should have waited or regret their decisions for some reasons like financial, social, and other factors. This will be good for home buyers since the house inventory will increase and the high price markups will lessen. Real estate investors will also be there getting ready to earn from the profits. During the time of high competition, most of them bought more property. Many individuals are also keeping their homes, even if they wanted to sell, since it could be harder and more expensive to look for a new one. Since inventory can rise in 2022, they will have options to sell their properties for profits. Number 2. Rental growth or increase will continue. There is still very high demand in many areas for rental homes and spaces, as people are being offered the option to work remotely, as some businesses also saw that their overhead expenses can be lessened with this method. They also observe the increase in productivity of workers, as the time for commute are now being spent working. There are many salary increases and some businesses are calling staffs to return to 9 to 5. But more workers saw the benefits of working remotely already, like better time with their families. Some are still willing to return, but there are individuals who decided to quit if their company forces them to return to 9 to 5 in the office environment. Since some would return due to high salary packages, benefits, and a possibility of curbing the pandemic effects, rental properties near those businesses could increase in value even more. This will depend on the shift, so not for all areas and properties. Families and individuals who can still afford the high prices of properties and competitions will also continue renting, and rentals will increase. Landlords who were affected by the eviction laws will also start increasing their rental payments or sell their homes for profit and gain a new one. Number 3. Technology use increases in real estate. Due to the rise of the pandemic, real estate agents, home buyers, and sellers have to make a way to continue their ventures despite the restrictions. When this happened, more and more real estate transactions are done online. Home tours can already be done inside your house as you browse the offers even in far areas or suburbs. Redfin lets you spend less due to the online transactions, reducing the expenses and the commission of real estate agents. There is Open Door, also, who will do most of the work for you By buying your property, put improvements on it, and sell it at a higher price. Of course, your earnings can be reduced here due to the fees, and it's still nice if you have a real estate agent who know more of the market for you. Due to the high rise in digital technology that would let notarization be done online and rise of digital signatures, buying and selling become even easier now without you having to go out often for the documents processes. You can be on your couch and you could buy and sell homes without so much effort. But always remember your budget and stay well informed. Sometimes, a professional real estate agent can still fetch you better prices for your homes. Number 4. Inventory improves but demand is still higher. Construction costs have increased nowadays, so building new homes, rental properties, and industrial buildings have limitations. Budget for materials and increased salary or wages of workers will impact the decisions of builders. Lack of staff and workers, plus the restrictions due to the pandemic, hampered many plans despite the high demands. As more of these are used, house numbers will increase. While many prefer to work remotely, rental spaces in busy cities is not yet a good option if few people will occupy these. Families are now choosing to make improvements to their homes instead of selling because of budget, competition, and mortgage restrictions. Number 5. Mortgages are still low but can rise. A low mortgage doesn't always mean low to different individuals because of different financial status or incomes. Mortgages are returning to their previous positions, and some can offer a 15-year mortgage with lower interest rate to not remain as low for 25 to 30 years, paying principal and interest. Since it's still low, don't panic on buying a new one if you can't afford it. For investors, it's a good time, especially if you have enough money to buy even more properties. Number 6. Buyers will still face competition, and sellers can still benefit from profits. Since there's still a competition, buyers have to pay expensive prices of houses. You have to check for your must-have and nice-to-haves, even if others are getting the perfect or better homes. Know your budget and don't rush into buying a property you can't afford. Higher pay while working remotely can help you finance your house. And remember that it's better to pay at least 10% onwards, 20%, because if it's less, it could mean higher interest and fees, like a PMI to protect your lender. Sellers will benefit from high prices due to high profits. In case you want to buy a new one or use the money for investments, those additional bucks can give you more options. Since demand is still high, your properties can be sold immediately, but always remember to check for the best offers. In case it becomes harder again, know that your property can be sold in months and be ready for that. If your property is well priced with the right amenities and preferences of a buyer, they will still buy it. Buyers are considering many things when buying, so if your property doesn't meet those, they can always choose to look for a different property. However, as long as the competition is high, many will offer a more affordable house, depending on their budget despite their dream home. They could later make their own improvements to suit their needs and wants. For now, the market is still changing, so prepare to brace for impacts and stay well informed. If this video gave you value, please kindly click the like and share buttons. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for new videos. Thanks and see you soon!